Hello to the fellow Mets fans. Mets fans, the Pete Alonso saga, it's getting old. The Pete Alonso saga is getting a little too old for me. I honestly would like for this to be resolved already. There is a feeling that I have inside of me that is the feeling of, okay, we offered you, we made two offers for you. You declined both of them. Now, Pete Alonso thinks that he is better than what he's being offered. And you know what? I don't blame him. But the position that he plays is a position that has a bad decline. A historical decline for first baseman is not the greatest compared to other positions. Pete Alonso's age, that has a lot to play with it. Now, Pete's a fan favorite. Fan favorite. I think that Pete was front and center on changing the excitement, changing somewhat the culture of the Mets. It all started with the LMFG, or no, the LFMG. No, the LMGF. You guys know what I mean. Anyways, he's the one who started that. He's the one who started that, and this is bothering me. So let's write it down. It's let's effing go Mets. Yes, the LFGM, the LFGM. Jeez. Anyways, so the Mets are in the Mets are in a great position right now, right? And they have been since Steve Cohen has taken over because money has not been a problem. Now, Steve Cohen did come in with this drunken sailor kind of mentality, and he's piped that down. Now we have David Stearns. By the way, I'm a Mets fan. By the way, so I don't want anyone to think that I'm just randomly picking a team to talk about. So before Steve Cohen came on board, we had the Wilpons. The Wilpons were one of the greatest owners in major. Just joking. The worst owners a team can have. Very afraid of spending and just wanted to feed themselves. It wasn't the worst owner to have is an owner that is not worried about winning. The best owner to have is an owner like Steve Cohen, where he's a fan and has deep, very, very deep pockets, right? So, anyways, right, let's go back to the saga. Let's go back to the saga of what the Mets have right now. The Mets have this saga with Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso's front and center. I still think that the Mets need a deeper bullpen. But that's not even what people are talking about right now. People are not talking about, well, let's go get this lefty reliever. Let's go get this up and coming reliever or whatever. Everyone's talking about Pete Alonso, right? And there are some options. There are some viable options out there. There are some in-house options that we can have. But the option that everyone wants, for many different reasons, is the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. option. That is the option that everyone wants to take. I want that option. I am willing to move heaven and earth to get Vladimir Guerrero. Vladimir Guerrero, even though we have Juan Soto, we have Mr. Smile himself, Lindor, I think those two together are seat fillers. You want to put ass in seats. Asses in seats. And I think that adding Vladimir Guerrero would blow the roof off of Queens. Adding Vladimir Guerrero, it really would make the Yankees not the talk of the town. For real, not the talk of the town. I've spoken to some Yankee fans about the whole Soto thing, and they're like, well, good luck with Soto because he can't even play the outfield. But if the Yankees fans got their wishes and the Yankees organization got Soto to come back, none of them were going to be saying that. They were going to be happy as F. Now, who are we going to trade? Who can we trade to the Blue Jays? Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does not want to be a Blue Jay. I can almost guarantee that. What are the Blue Jays offering Vladimir? 300 mil for what, 7 years, something like that, 7-10 years. I don't know too deep on that contract offer, but he apparently turned down a contract offer, right? Which, to be honest with you, is not a bad contract offer, but I'm sure that he wants to go to a team that is competing, a team that will spend money on him and still have money to make moves. That's the type of player that Juan Soto is. That's the type of player that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is. He's like, hey, look, listen, I'll go to your team, but I don't want it to just be about what you offer me and that's it. Like, will you be able to build around me? Do you have a farm system? If you can't build on me around me via free agency, not via trade, via free agency, you know, is it worth me going to this specific team? Let's just say if he stays with the Blue Jays, he takes 350 at 8 years, right? Is that going to stranglehold the team? I believe so. I believe so. I don't think they're going to go crazy and really get like two other key bats. Now, Vladimir Guerrero hit above 300, 20 plus homers. I think he had more than 100 RBIs. I haven't really checked the stats like that, but there's no reason to check the stats because we all know it's Vladimir effing Guerrero Jr. and he rakes, and he's a good first baseman. Oh, and another thing, he's going to become 26. He's young. He's young. That is that plays a major role, right? So I think the Mets need to pull the trigger, and they need to do this. Are the Mets is David Stearns letting the Pete Alonso saga drag out purposely? Is there a bigger plan? Now, David Stearns has been very good. Things haven't been leaked. I didn't know we were trying to sign Hernandez from the Dodgers. I had no idea. And there was another player there. I forgot the name, but I didn't know they were trying to make these moves, which were good offers, very good offers. World Series winner. I would have taken him. I would have taken him as DH. Obviously, the Mets need to upgrade DH. Now, let's say we don't. Let's say if we don't get Vladimir, and Pete Alonso ends up taking an offer from the Giants, let's say, because that has been uh, a thing where the Giants have shown interest. So let's say Pete Alonso actually walks, and we pivot our energy into getting Vladimir Guerrero, and we trade Ronnie Mauricio, we trade Brett Beatty, we trade McGill, and we trade Sproat. I don't. Out of all those guys, Mauricio is going to hurt the most, and I know Mauricio is coming off of an injury, and stuff like that, and they're saying he might not be as explosive. I mean, we just don't know. Everybody's body responds differently. I think Mauricio is going to be just fine. He might lose a little bit of speed, but he's still going to hit the ball great. He's still going to have a great arm. He's still going to field well. Where do we go if we actually don't end up signing Vladimir? Where do we go? Now everything becomes internal. Might shift, or the Mets might shift to Nolan Arenado, which his arm strength has gone down. So what are you going to put him at first? You're going to put a third baseman at first? That's what I don't want. I don't want the Mets going out and getting somebody and saying, hey, you're going to be put in this position that you've never played before, or you've only played a handful of games at. But this Pete Alonso thing, it has to be resolved, whether we sign the guy or we find somebody else. Like, it's got to be resolved already. It's getting out of hand. It really is getting out of hand. I'm tired of doing Google searches. I really am tired of doing Google searches. Goodbye.